I remember when the OnePlus One came out and I was extremely excited about it. It was actually one of my favorite phones at that time, and actually the year after that, I still really liked the OnePlus One. OnePlus 2 came along and it wasn't as good. It was still a good phone, but there's just nothing special about it. I'm hoping with the OnePlus 3 that they did a turnaround and that this phone is better than the OnePlus 2. This video is simply just an unboxing and first impressions video. I plan to do a first 48 hours video right after this video, and then in a couple weeks give my full review. Make sure to stick around the channel so that way you don't miss those videos when they do come out. Hit that subscribe button so you see it first. Without further delay, let's go ahead and open this on up. Here we have the OnePlus 3, and it's actually kind of exciting to me. One, I just love phones, period, and I wanted to check this phone out. It's actually a pretty nice process that this phone was just announced, and that day it was released without an invite. It was relatively quick shipping. I was pretty happy to order this right away, right after it was announced. Let's go ahead and open this on up. Alright, so we're greeted with the phone right away. We have a little tab down here at the bottom to help lift it up, and it feels really lightweight. So we're just going to put this off to the side real quick and see what else comes in the box. So far, actually the box build quality is pretty nice. We've got our user guide and also our SIM card ejector. Looks like we got like a quick start guide. We got a nice little card here. It's a nice little letter from OnePlus. We have our charging cable, which is USB Type-C. And we've got our charging brick, which is actually kind of long. They claim that it's going to provide over 60% charge in 30 short minutes. That'll be definitely a feature I'll be testing out in the next couple days. Here's the OnePlus 3 in all its glory. Well, we're going to take off a couple stickers here. It's got a phone identification sticker here. This is just some SIM card ejection tips. Go ahead and take that stuff off. Something that I just noticed is that it actually comes with a pre-installed screen protector. I really like that because if you're wanting to protect your screen, you already have that installed, or if you're waiting for like a tempered glass to come in, you're going to be able to hold off the screen so it doesn't get any kind of damage by the time you get your new screen protection. This time around, I was kind of disappointed because one of my favorite materials that was used on a phone was introduced by the OnePlus One, which was that sandstone back. This is now a metal back. Granted, I love metal devices, they're great, but it was just a very unique thing that OnePlus did. You can get a case that is a sandstone back case, but I don't know, it's just like a preference issue. I have no issues whatsoever with this metal back. I just really liked that sandstone back that they had. But I guess the third time around, they just wanted to change things up a bit, I guess. I don't know. Looking at the phone, it definitely resembles a few different phones all put together in one. It looks like an iPhone with HTC One and maybe the OnePlus all put together. Especially when you turn it towards the bottom, it looks very similar to the iPhone 6 Plus. Can you tell which one is which? You got the OnePlus One in my right hand and then the iPhone 6 Plus on the left hand side. They both look very similar. They just basically have the different placement for the headphone jack and the speaker. Since we're comparing, I've got the Galaxy S7 Edge on the bottom. Looking at it from the naked eye, it looks like the OnePlus 3 is a bit thinner than the Galaxy S7 Edge. But that could be because the Galaxy S7 Edge has a bigger battery installed. Height-wise, you're going to have the Galaxy S7 Edge on the shorter end, the OnePlus 3 in the middle, and then the iPhone 6 Plus on the very end on the right-hand side. It's pretty much going to go the same way with width. The Galaxy S7 Edge is thinner, OnePlus 3, and then the iPhone 6 Plus. The screen is a little different this time. It's got an optic AMOLED screen display. The processor is a Snapdragon 820 Qualcomm with an Adreno 530 GPU. So that's got some pretty good specs installed, and I'm definitely interested in testing out the 6 gigs of RAM because I've seen a lot of videos lately, or at least some news posts about how the 6 gigs is just not even living up to its name. I'm going to go ahead and go through this welcome screen and get on through this part. This is probably one of my favorite features about Android Marshmallow and just being able to easily set up your device. It's super simple. That's all you got to do. It's really nice. This part I want to show because it's got a different fingerprint sensor than what you might be used to. It's actually a lot like the last year's model, which was a pretty good one. It was a different kind of style. Instead of like the fingerprint sensor and you have to press the button like on the Galaxy S7 Edge or even the iPhone 6 Plus, you kind of have to press the button for it to work. This, you just press the button there and it just works. It's great. The HTC 10 actually did that as well, and it's a great fingerprint sensor. Alright, let's see how quick and easy this is. Looks like it's going to be one of those longer ones, but that's okay. The one that does the quickest has been the Nexus 6P. That one, it doesn't take nearly as much for the circle to go all the way around. I'm going to add another because I like to use both hands at times. I'll actually end up adding my index finger, but I'm going to do that later just for the sake of time. This is actually a feature that I would like to see in more phones, having an option between software buttons or capacitive buttons. I actually like to use hardware buttons, so I'm going to use the hardware. If you want to use software, you're going to see the Nexus-like looking ones, the on-screen buttons. I really like how they have all this to get going. Double tap to wake, definitely. I don't use that circle. Basically on the lock screen or adjuster kind of feature, you draw a circle and it opens the camera. That's not a big thing for me. Flashlight I could probably do, but I'm going to uncheck that. And I'm not really big on the music controls for that kind of gesture kind of stuff anyways. But I do like the double tap to wake. I kind of take that back though. With this device you have the home button that is the fingerprint sensor, so that's all you should have to press. I am a Nova Launcher user, so I'm definitely going to use that. One of the nice things about when you restore a phone from another phone is that it picks up your wallpapers and also just different layouts. So you can see here that's what my layout looks like on my Galaxy S7 Edge, and now I automatically have that over on my new device. Pretty cool to me. I like that feature. Looks like we got an update already. We'll go ahead and get that going. With that said, let's see what the current version is. And just an FYI, this is only coming with about 45, it was probably a 50% battery life before we got this all going. This is on Android 6.0.1, Oxygen OS version 3.1.0. It's on the May 1st, 2016 security patch level, so that might be what's updating right now. Hopefully it is. And if you're curious what the model number for this, it's the OnePlus A3000. So it looks like we got a recents button on the right hand side and probably a back button on the left hand side here. But the great thing about a OnePlus device is that you can switch those around if you want to. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to go through a setup kind of video for the OnePlus 3. But for now, I mean, I'm just giving my first impressions. Right now, I'm actually pretty pleasantly pleased with it. Just like first glance kind of stuff. I haven't actually had any experience with it, of course. This is actually a mute switch, and iPhone users, you might actually be familiar with that. You have the little toggle here, but with the iPhone, you only get two settings, which is like all or nothing. With the OnePlus 3, you get three different settings. So you have all notifications, you got vibrate, then you get silent. What they ought to do is with it going down is that this position should be all silent. This should be all notifications, and then in the middle, of course, to remain at the vibrate position. It's nothing major, but it would actually make more sense if they did it like that. Something that I'm experiencing right now is actually kind of normal during a first setup, is that the phone is feeling a little bit warm. It's not hot, but it's on the warm side. I think I found a glitch already, is that you can double press the power button for a quick shortcut for the camera. The screen is obviously off, so I double tap. It launches the camera, but if I want to press the home button, it kind of flops back and forth. Only way to stop that is to hit the back button. That's a bug that needs to be worked out for sure. A couple things I want to test out real quick is the home button. That's pretty responsive, it's pretty fast. I really like how fast it is actually. That's pretty good. One of my favorite things to do on these unboxing videos is to take a few camera samples and I'll post it to social media. So I want to do it as in like, okay, this is how fast it focuses and things like that. So you can kind of see the autofocus going on there. I haven't messed with any settings at all yet. So there we go, focus and snap the picture. Now it's always best to actually do it, tap the focus and then take the picture. And it seems to be taken pretty quick. That's one of the things that they're boasting about with this camera, is that it's supposed to be really fast, which it really does snap it pretty fast. You got your selfie mode here. So take a nice little unboxing selfie right here. Let's go through some other settings to see what it comes with. Alright, that's cool. It comes with time lapse and slow motion right away. I like that. Those are features I want out of a camera app right away. I don't want to have to download a separate app to get that kind of stuff. Then we got video, manual mode, and then a panoramic mode. Let's check out some other settings. We got 4x3. 6x9, 1x1, back to 4x3. You got a timer and then also a grid. So it looks like we can, oh that's cool. I like the autofocus lock. You can swipe to go between photo and video. We have our flash off and on and auto. We got HD, then HD off. We got HD Pro, HDR, and all that. So it's actually some pretty cool camera options in this. I'm gonna definitely put more testing through the camera app. One other thing I want to test out is while I'm recording, can I snap a picture? And I can. That's awesome. Also, I like to see if I can, sweet. Yeah, you can focus, do the autofocus lock there as well. Oh man, that's a bummer. When doing that double lock thing, I mean, That stinks. You're going to have to hit the back button to get that going. Obviously, I'm going to need more time with this phone before I get a full opinion about it. First impressions, it's really good, but stay tuned for that first 48 hours video coming out in 2 days. I want some input from you guys. What do you want in my first 48 hours video, along with my full review? What do you want included in that? And I'll do my best to include those elements in those videos. If you've not subscribed, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more OnePlus 3 coverage. And until then, stay techie.